Hey everybody, it's Lucky and My Lucky Day YouTube channel. Thanks for coming and checking out this one. Today I'm walking over here in the vicinity of Lomas and Watabo and checking out a few of the different things, places that I used to hang out when I was either a little kid, back when I was like 10, 11 years old, and also during high school, spent a lot of time in this area too. Just kind of been in this neighborhood for like a long time, and yeah, I just wanted to shoot some of this stuff. Some of these things have changed. The landscape is different. Comes a motorcycle over here, guy over there checking out his ATM or something like that. But anyhow, just over my shoulder over here there's a Heights thrift store, and that little area used to be something known as the game room back in the day. In the early 90s, some friends of mine and I used to come over here and hang out and play pool. They had a jukebox. They had a lot of cool different stuff. I think they had a skee ball table, maybe a couple video games. It was kind of a cool place to hang out for kids that were under 21 and couldn't get into the bar. I'm sure there was a little bit of drinking or something going on in the parking lot sometimes over here. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting place back in the 90s. One thing I remember is that jukebox and coming in right away and picking out a song. I remember for a while it turned into a youth development kind of center for a little bit there, and now it's the thrift store. They got a couple other things in that area over there. There's a Lobo comic over there where they sell kind of 80s kind of toys and memorabilia, different comic book kind of oriented kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to walk around over here in this neighborhood in this little stretch of road and kind of look at some of the things that used to be here. Maybe talk about that a little bit, and that's what's coming up. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. I got more of them on the way. I got a catalog of them for you to check out. That's stuff around the Albuquerque area. And yeah, without further ado, here it goes. Okay, so like I was saying, this little area I used to hang out, kind of around the years I was in high school in the early 90s. Now there's a U-Haul over here where the game room used to be too. Pretty much where the game room was is where the U-Haul is kind of located at there. But they've got other different things over here in this little shopping mall too. There's a Supercuts over there. I remember right there in the corner for a little while there was a dollar store. Can't remember what it was called. Something dollar. I don't know. One of those dollar stores. Yeah, if I think of it, then I'll plug the name of it here in the video. But it's not there anymore. So yeah, we used to hang out over here at this Wendy's a lot. There's a car coming, so I better let them go through. I had a friend named Amy that worked at this Wendy's, and she was a pretty girl that I went to high school with. So yeah, we used to come over here all the time, and I remember her telling me something like one time Dave Thomas actually came to this Wendy's and she got to see him or meet him or something. But yeah, I don't know, pretty cool memories. I still come to this Wendy's. I'm old enough to remember when they used to use both of those drive-through windows, and for the longest time now they've only used one of them. It's got a little arrow there that tells you to proceed to the next window. Anyway, there's your useless fact for the day. And yeah, you can kind of tell the neighborhood that we're in here over here if you know Albuquerque pretty well. Maybe you grew up in this area. Across the road over there, there's a Dutch Brothers that just went up not too long ago, and that started its life as a Taco Bell a long time ago, back in the 70s. And then later on it turned into Little Anita's and probably a whole bunch of other stuff that I can't even remember. I remember that building over there across the street used to be a Payless shoe store, and yeah, pretty interesting. Now it's a Taekwondo place over there across the street, and some different stuff. Anyway, we'll walk around and check it out. So just right over here in this vacant field, there used to be like a bank, and I think it was Bank of America. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bank of America, maybe then some other Different banks were here. I remember when I was a kid, I used to jump up on that brick wall there, and there was a peach tree in one of these little houses had a peach tree. Maybe it was like right in there somewhere. And we used to get the peaches all the time. I'd fill up a big giant bag full of peaches and then bring them home to my mom. And this little area is where the bank was, right here. Now it's kind of a vacant lot. And you see across the street you got salmons over there. I used to work for salmons for like a long time. And not really a long time, for a few years. And that particular salmon's right there used to be a Blockbuster Video. It's kind of neat. Maybe you can remember that Blockbuster Video. Maybe you still got your Blockbuster card. And this little building right here is brand new. It was only opened here for a short while, maybe 6 to 9 months or something like that. Probably less than a year. And my daughter used to work at this place. Anybody know what this is? Or and I guess more importantly, this used to be the home of Paul's Monterey Inn. I used to sit here, which was a pretty cool restaurant that a lot of people in Albuquerque have fond memories of. Here's kind of an outside shot. You can kind of make out the building scar, the sign scar, but you can't really make out that it said Peter Piper. I don't think it was there long enough, but only discerning minds would know, I suppose. Yeah, a lot of people might not even have known it was here. Might not ever had the opportunity to go over here and check it out. Yeah, there it is. Peter Piper Pizza on Paul's Monterey Inn. So yeah, there's the inside of the restaurant. I remember when it first opened up, my daughter was allowed to let her family come, and then they would you know, kind of like let us eat for free and gave us some tokens to play some games. It was a pretty neat little place. It wasn't identical to the other Peter Piper that I know about over there on Candelaria and San Mateo, and just didn't quite get as popular, so I gather that's the reason that it probably didn't make it. But it's kind of unfortunate. Hate to hear about businesses failing, but this one didn't last very long at all. A lot of people might think that's probably because this is holy ground and Paul's was never meant to be torn down and so on. Here is another little look inside over there. You see you got your buffet and the kitchen off there to the left, and there were pizza ovens and all that kind of good stuff in there. I remember when it opened, it was kind of neat, and the pizza was actually pretty decent. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was okay. It was better than the Peter Piper or the Pistol Pizza that I remember back in the day when I was a kid. So wasn't too bad. And then down there at the end of the way, there was your video games and little arcade section and all that stuff. Didn't quite have as many attractions as the, like I said, the other location there on Candelaria. But yeah, it's a pretty nice building though. From what I understood, it was going to turn into a Chinese food buffet, but that hasn't quite come to fruition yet. Just a little fun fact over there, that Albertsons used to be a Skaggs Alpha Beta, and then later it was Jewel Osco, and then Lucky Save-On, and then finally Albertsons, and then maybe some other stuff in between that. But I remember when it was Alpha Beta, and I was a kid, and I went over there and boosted a copy of Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction from over there, and it was in one of those little plastic anti-theft things, and I managed to break it out of there. And that was just one of the tapes that I boosted over there. I think another one was Metal Church. May he rest in peace. The lead singer just passed away. But yeah, that's where I got my music collection back in the day, in the 80s. Here's a Amish automobile, courtesy of the Amish Connection. It's a pretty neat little furniture store that they've got some items that are made by Amish folks. Rumspringa. This is just a kind of a unique restaurant that I happened by over here. I'm not sure all of the things that used to be over here, but I know that this wasn't always a Naka Sushi. And at first when I walked by this place, I thought it was closed, but it looks like it actually is open for business. It's at 1035 Wantabo, and they got an open sign in the window, and they've got sushi. So I've never been over here before. I can't vouch for it or anything, but if you like sushi, they've got it over here. Kind of looks like a unique kind of experience. One of these days, maybe I'll try it out. But I'll let you know about that. It's kind of cool looking though. Got a dragon up there or something. Naka Sushi, Japanese restaurant. It's a Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, it's a, gosh, what is this place? It's a Federico's. So, yeah, now it's a Dutch Brothers. It began its life as a Taco Bell. Then for a little while it was an African restaurant. Didn't get to go over there during that time. I was going to go over there, but no more mural, no more old building over there. And now you got a Dutch Brothers. So I guess that's progress. Anyway, my kids sure seem to like this place. And they are busy all day long over here. We've got 2 drive-through lanes. It's kind of funny. I just see cars coming and going all the time over here. Definitely a lot busier than the Little Anitas that used to be there. But and I've had their coffee. It's pretty good coffee over there if you ever want to give it a shot. And I think I like it almost as much as Starbucks, or maybe about the same. But one thing about it is you get bigger portions. You know, the cups are just a little bit bigger, it seems like. And it is kind of a neat experience to go through there. It's a little bit different compared to like your Starbucks or anything else. Anyway, I just wanted to make the little connection there with what used to be here and what's there now. All right, here it is. It's the Big O Tire. You know, this place has been here for like a long time. There was a series of different like arsons that happened, and they happened a few months ago during the shutdowns and all that kind of stuff. It looks like they're actually peeled back some of the particle board or the OSB wafer board that they put in front of the windows there, and it looks like they're beginning to take a look at it and maybe doing some work over here. Not sure exactly how badly that the place was burnt here, but I know it's been closed for quite a while now, probably at least like 8-9 months or something like that, and it's been boarded up, and nothing's been going on over here for a little while. So yeah, I just wanted to walk around over here and take a few shots of this place, just in case they decide to knock it down. You know, sometimes you can never tell if they're going to knock a place down or not, and you're not going to see it anymore. And there's the Big O Tires sign. I've never gotten any tires over here before. I usually actually go over there to Discount Tire right down the road. But that's not a plug for either one of them. Anyway, here's a look at the front of it. A great big cell tower behind it. Yeah, sure enough, there's cinder blocks. and some scaffolding outside here, and it looks like they're doing some work to fix up the building. Those are some brand new cinder blocks. So it looks like they're building up a wall right there, and it's kind of weird. I don't know exactly what's holding up the front of that. It looks a little awkward right there, but I'm not a building contractor or anything in that capacity anymore. I couldn't tell you. It does look a little bit precocious the way that rafter's just kind of hanging there, but anyway, I'll leave that up to the professionals. So it does look like they're putting some work in on this place. Let's see if I could put the camera past the chain link fence so we can get a little bit clearer of a look at that, what's going on. So I guess with any luck, this business will be back open again. Is it going to be a Big O Tire still? I don't know. More than likely though. They've been around for a long time, so if I had to guess, I'd say that they were probably going to bring it back. Oh, and I could see what the structure is being held right there. It's got some 4x4s where the concrete pillar was knocked out right there. They must have had an inspector come through and tell them what they needed to do, if I had to guess. But I could see up there the bracket and the area where just where the concrete pillar would have come down. So now they've got these 4x4s kind of sitting there holding up the place. So yeah, that's pretty interesting strategy they got there, to say the least. So there you have it, Big O Tire. Looks like they're refurbishing it over here for some of those folks out there that might have wanted to know. And it did have an arson incident, so yeah, it looks like they're doing some work to recreate what was going on over there. If they're going to reopen a Big O Tire, I don't know. I guess that only time will tell. So right across the street from me here is the Family Thrift Center and Napa Auto Parts. And back in the day, there used to be a couple of businesses that come to mind that were there before those ones were. Two of them come to mind. I'm not going to say what they are. Maybe you can tell me what you think used to be there, and I'll let you know if you're right. Just go ahead and put that down in the comment section somewhere. But yeah, two businesses I know of came to mind. I'll give you a clue. The first one was yellow, and the one that came after that was green. The signs anyway. So yeah, anyway, it's My Lucky Day YouTube channel. Thought that might be a fun bit of trivia to you know, mull over there in the comment section. Anyway, all the best to you guys. My lucky day. You take care. God bless. And uh-oh, here comes a big truck. Is he gonna park right in front of me? Indeed he is. So, yikes.